Mantua va. Ciao. Vai. पंखा तो ऑन कर दो.
Hello everyone, welcome to the session. Hi Akshat, कैसे हो आप? Okay, good evening everyone. Welcome to the session. So कल हमारा session नहीं हो पाया था because there were some issues, technical issues at my end. But today guys, we're gonna have a full-fledged session and I hope all of you are ready for it. So guys, as I always keep telling you, your request is my command. Okay, so most of you had only 20 tasks solved today. Okay, so I hope everyone's ready for this. Welcome to the session, guys. Good evening. How was your weekend? All good? Yes, I hope everyone's doing good, guys. Chalo, let's get started. Okay, so before we get started, guys, let me remind all of you the form of Cayman was. It was not one of the the usual topics. Okay, topics थोड़ा सा जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना philosophical, psychological, sociological, those Aeonish topics. So this was also considered to be one such Aeonish topic.
अच्छा मैम.
Second चीज जो थी, the sentence structures were a little complicated. The grammar, the vocabulary, the ideas were presented in a little more advanced level of reading manner. But the major problem came in with the questions. जो questions थे उसके options काफी close थे. Especially there were two particular questions whose options were very close. So we have to judge how do we distinguish between those two close options. Hello Rama, welcome to the session. How are you doing? Okay, I hope you're doing good. Yes? Let me just quickly share the link of the session in the class as well, so that in the Telegram group, so that everybody can quickly join in. Come to the session. So guys, the passage is on your screen. What we'll do is, I will give you a couple of minutes to read the passage, and then I will help you. I will show you कि आपको इसको कैसे पढ़ना चाहिए. Hello Arpit, कैसे हो आप? Welcome to the session. Okay, good. Okay, चलो. So what I'll do is, guys, first मैं आपको passage छोटा है, it will be a 5-paragraph passage. So first I will give you about 4 to 5 minutes to read the passage, and then I will help you solve it, ताकि आपको दिखे कि what should be the right way of solving such a RC passage. Okay, what should be the right way? What should be the correct way to skim and scan as well as to summarize. Hello Sia, welcome to the session. But guys, I also want you to remember that these PYQ sessions are especially arranged so that you can clear your doubts. So I want you to tell me while solving this passage, okay ma'am, this is where I'm facing problems. These are the areas which I'm not able to tackle. These are the common mistakes that I'm making. अच्छा नहीं, वो सिया कल के सेशन का था. आज का सेशन इज 5. कल what had happened was there was a huge disruption, power बहुत तेज बारिश वगैरह थी. तो I was waiting, so 5 का मैंने 5:30 किया. फिर I thought कि ठीक है 5:30 I can take the session, but then 5:30 also the weather didn't support me. फिर मैंने सोचा क्या मैंने किया 6 PM, but then ultimately I thought let's just meet tomorrow. So today session is on track again. चलो guys, the passage is on your screen and read it. Come on everyone. This is a PYQ and the toughest RC of that particular slot. So this is 2023 slot 1. Come on everyone, passage on your screen.
impact and how has it fared? Since Salin's principal argument was simple but counterintuitive before being driven into, then people in agriculture and industrial societies, leaving them more time to use as they wished. Hunters he quipped.
Chali. Okay, this is the first slide of the passage, and this is the second slide. So I've given you about 5 minutes to read it, and then we will discuss it. Come on, everyone. Good evening, Foreign. आपके डिमांड पे आज ये सेशन आया है. I think you were the one who told me कि मैम 2023 के RCs लो. So because you found them tricky, so I've taken the toughest RC of slot 1 2023. Okay, and then I'll take up more as well later. But this is for you. Chalo, come on everyone, try this out. Come on everyone. Come on guys. Done everyone? First slide. Yes. Sia, Arpit, Saurabh, Juma. Guys, बताओ जल्दी से.
गाइस सेशन को लाइक करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए अगर सपोर्ट मिल रहा है आपको तो।
Done. Okay. Chalo, next slide. Guys, please make sure to write down keywords. Make sure to summarize.
With its title Note Toward the Affluent Society, economist John Kenneth Galbraith famously capital skeptical portrait of America's post-war prosperity and inequality, and dripping with new left contentment for consumerism. The original affluent society brought this critical perspective to be around the contemporary world. It did so through the classic anthropological move of showing that radical alternatives to the reader's lives really exist if the capitalist world seeks wealth through the ever greater material production to meet infinitely expensive desires for aging societies. Follow the Zen road to affluence. This is due to only to the ethnocentric self-congratulation of the West, rather than accumulate material goods. These societies are guided by the other values, leisure, mobility, and above all freedom. Viewed in today's context, of course not every aspect of the essay has aged well while acknowledging the violence of colonialism, racism, and disposition. It does not thematize them as heavily as we might today. Revoking evolutionary anthropologists for treating present day progress as left behind. If progress it can come to the temptation to use them as proxies for the Paleozoic, yet these characteristics should not distract us from appreciating service if we want to conjure new possibilities.
Come on. Yes, Pujita. मतलब कल जो class नहीं हुई थी, yesterday I was not able to take it. So today, but anyway, this is our regular schedule also. Tuesdays. So आज का लाइव क्लास है. Come on. Yesterday का क्लास कैंसिल समझते हैं. चलिए.
गाइस लाइक करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए चैनल को.
Come on. I'm happy guys कि आप लोग जल्दी से रीड कर रहे हो, मतलब आपकी रीडिंग स्पीड इम्प्रूव हुई है. But hopefully you answer the questions also with good enough accuracy. Done. Okay.
हाँ.
चलो आज क्वेश्चन एक बार ट्राई करो, ठीक है? And then we will discuss it. समझ में नहीं आया अर्पित, आप क्या बोल रहे हो? मतलब आपके वहाँ पे बारिश हो रही है? ग्रेट थंडर. यहाँ पर भी बारिश शुरू हो चुकी है भाई. चलो. Come on everyone, questions on your screen. Where have you been? कहाँ चले गए थे आप? Okay. Come on guys, questions on your screen. Good evening, good evening. I've been good, Rahul. How are you? Okay. डर लग रहा है. किससे? आरसी से या थंडरस्टॉर्म से? कहाँ पे हो आप लोग? Be safe, bye. I know the like काफी areas में बहुत बारिश हो रही है. So guys, it's just to everyone, please stay safe and take care of yourself and your family. Okay, Sia says option C. What about the others? I'll give you the explanation. एक बार मैं बस आपके आंसर नोट डाउन कर रही हूँ. अच्छा आप बाहर हो, then अर्पित I would suggest कि आप अपनी रिकॉर्डिंग देख लेना, but एक बार you know मतलब try and reach home. Yes, Rahul. Okay, Huma, one is for the second question. Okay, what about the others? If you want to go back to the passage at any stage, let me know. No, he's saying outside. Thunderstorm से डर लग रहा है. Come on, guys. Option 3, option 1. ठीक है. Can I go to the next slide, everyone? Three and one. Okay. Chalo, next slide. Come on. Guys, have you done this passage before? आपने ये passage पहले किया है? Yes, अच्छा, okay. Because I was like very happy, 100% accuracy in one of the toughest RC passages. So I was feeling happy. अच्छा नहीं किया है पहले. Then it's very good, Mama. Okay, चलिए next slide guys. Try this out as well. 2-3 मिनट लीजिए, and then I will discuss the entire passage with you. And there's also VA question जो हमने पिछले क्लास से पेंडिंग रखा है, उसको भी कवर करेंगे. Chosia, the same thing happened with me yesterday, and I felt really bad because I know all of you were ready and prepared to attend the session, but yeah, this time it's like unprecedented. मतलब इतना continuously और इतना heavy और इतना months से, at least I've been facing it for months, so I think this is unprecedented. Okay.
No.
Option 1 and 4. Okay, chali. 2 and 1. Okay, I think there's one question where one or two questions you've got wrong in. Rest of it is fine. चलिए guys, इसको एक बार solve करते हैं. Okay, come on, let's have a look at it. चलिए. 50 years after its publication in English in 1972, and just a year since Marshall Sahlins himself died, why did his essay, Original Affluent Society, have such an impact, and how has it fared since? Okay, so if you see this is actually the main idea of the passage. Okay, generally ये एक argumentative type of passage है. Argumentative type of passage में the argument or the author's main opinion he starts off with it. Okay, तो यहाँ पे what is the nature of the passage? What is the purpose of this passage? The purpose of this passage is basically to talk about why did the essay have such a huge impact and what is the current status? How has it fared since? मतलब तब से लेके अब तक कैसा गया है उस essay का perform? Okay? अच्छा, okay, अब ठीक है. चलिए. Sahlin's principal argument was simple but counterintuitive. Counter means against. Intuition means common sense. So it actually went against common sense or common beliefs. So what was his argument? Before being driven into marginal environments by colonial powers, hunter-gatherers or foragers were not engaged in a desperate struggle for mere survival. मतलब वो सिर्फ survival के लिए they were not desperate. Okay, quite the contrary, they satisfied their needs with far less work than people in the future society. मतलब हम लोग सोचते होंगे कि इतने primitive लोग काफी मेहनत करते होंगे सिर्फ survival के लिए, but that is counter, मतलब वो गलत है. According to him, that was not the case. They met their needs with far less work and leaving them more time to use as they wished. They keep bankers' hours. Bankers' hours मतलब it's a 9 to 5 वाला job. ठीक है, मतलब लिमिटेड आपका वर्क लाइफ बैलेंस काफी अच्छा है. Refusing to maximize, many were more concerned with games of chance than with chances of games. मतलब they were more concerned with games of chance, मतलब they were more considered with like leisure or using the time that they wanted to, okay, than with chances of game, मतलब than with just hunting and foraging and searching for food. तो अगर आपको ये लाइन समझ में नहीं आ रहा था, it's okay, you can leave it. So guys, I'm telling you this, जो नहीं समझ में आता है उसको छोड़ो, main idea लेके जाओ. Okay. The so-called Neolithic revolution, उसके बाद जो revolution हुआ, Rather than improving life, imposed a harsher work regime and set in motion a long history of growing inequality. So basic line यहाँ पे ये है कि hunter gatherer far less work, more time to use as they wished. उनके बाद जो society है बल्कि more problems create करके गए. Okay, foragers had other options. The contemporary pasta. So this is an example. So usually जब एक या दो main primary example use होते हैं तो उस पे questions आते हैं. So the contemporary means belonging to the same time period. Co means same together. Tempo means time. तो उस time का जो Hazra of Tanzania था, long being surrounded by farmers, knew they had alternatives, they had choices, options, and rejected them. This showed that foragers are not simply examples of human diversity or victimhood, but something more profound or deep. तो इस एग्जाम्पल का मेन तो बस आपको इतना याद होता है कि कोई एग्जाम्पल दिया है और उस एग्जाम्पल से हमको क्या सीख मिलती है. सो सोसाइटीज कैन मेक रियल चॉइसेस. ओके, फिर कल्चर का व्यू पॉइंट वहाँ पे दिया गया. अब आपको क्या डिस्टिंक्टिव सेट ऑफ वैल्यूज है, फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल, कलेक्टिव सेल्फ डिटर्मिनेशन, ये सब नहीं याद रखते हैं. आपको बस याद रखना है कि सेकंड पैरा बेसिकली स्पोक अबाउट the Hazra of Tanzania and what we learned from them. So if there's a question, you can come back and check. But again, there's a contradictory word here, so there will be a question surrounding it. The point of the essay is not so much the empirical validity of the data. The real interest for readers, after all, is not in foragers either today or in the Paleolithic. Rather, what is the point of the essay? The point of the essay is इनका एग्जाम्पल लेके क्या बताना चाहता हो. बताना ये चाहता है challenge to contemporary economic life and bourgeois. Okay, in one of my word of the day shorts, ये मैंने cover भी किया था. Bourgeois basically means the middle class. Okay, the working class. So this essay basically was like a challenge to our economic lifestyle or bourgeois or the middle class lifestyle. The empirical served the philosophical and political project, a thought experiment, stimulus to the imagination of possibilities. कि वही possibilities है, choices है, real choices है, options है, कम work करके भी हम जी सकते हैं वगैरह. So till now, I have just categorized what each para spoke about. This para talks about an essay. Why is it important? What did it show? This para talks about the Hazra example, and this para talks about the point of the essay. That's all. Don't remember the details, guys. I'm telling you this again. Don't remember the specific, like too many words, definitions, specific word like Paleolithic कहाँ है, Neolithic आपको नहीं याद रहेगा और आप confuse हो जाओगे. Just understand the function, purpose of each para and 4 to 5 keywords. That's more than sufficient. Okay, with its titles, nod. Nod मतलब हाँ सही है, अच्छा है title. Economists John Kenneth Galbraith's famously skeptical portrait. Skeptical मतलब doubtful. America's post-war prosperity and inequality, dripping with new left contempt for consumerism, brought his critical perspective to bear on the contemporary world. Classic anthropological move of showing that radical alternatives to the reader's life exists. If the capitalist world, तो यहाँ पे Galbraith के बारे में पूरा समझाया गया है, his views. Again, if it's getting too dense for you,
like करो guys, subscribe करो channel.
Okay, if there's a question on it, you can come back and check. But focus on the first line and the last line. Those are very important. So यहाँ पे दिया nod means he agrees with it. Okay, he is also skeptical about the current, prosperity and materialism and capitalist society. Okay. We are seeking wealth through ever greater material production to meet infinitely expansive desires. मतलब हमारे desire इतने बढ़ चुके हैं और इतने infinite है कि we're just working and working and working. But these foraging societies followed the Zen road to affluence. Zen मतलब एकदम जैसे शांत, calm, not by getting more. They wanted less, so their needs were less. हमारे needs बहुत ज़्यादा है. हमारे नीड्स इनफाइनाइट है, हमारे नीड्स एक्सपेंसिव है, उनके नीड्स कम थे. If it seems that foragers have been left behind by progress, see the author puts progress within quotations here. Why does he put it within quotations? Yes, सुकून है लोग. Why does he put it within quotations? बोलने का प्रोग्रेस है, पर एक्चुअली प्रोग्रेस नहीं है. अगर आपका दोस्त को सिर्फ 10% मार्क्स मिलते हैं, आप बोलते हो अरे आइंस्टाइन आ गया, आप उसको सच में आइंस्टाइन नहीं बोल रहे हो. So he says अब हम लोग को ये सब प्रोग्रेस लगता है, पर ये असली प्रोग्रेस नहीं, असली प्रोग्रेस वो था, ओके, जहाँ पे अदर, ओके, असली प्रोग्रेस उनके पास था. Viewed in today's context, not every aspect of the essay has aged well. मतलब सब चीज अच्छी नहीं गई है, कुछ flaws भी है. क्या flaw है? While acknowledging the violence of colonialism, racism, dispossession, it does not thematize them as heavily as we might today. मतलब उनको सब acknowledge करता है ये सब topics को, उसको deeply explain नहीं करता है, उसको theme नहीं बनाता है. तो ये criticism है. Okay, author एक criticism level का कर रहा है कि ये essay has not aged well. मतलब every aspect relevant नहीं है या every aspect अच्छा नहीं है. ऐसे कुछ important issues है जिसको भी ऐसे only acknowledges or only mentions, but it does not thematize them. It does not make it a theme. It does not focus a lot on it. Rebuking or criticizing evolutionary anthropologists for treating present-day foragers is left behind. It too can succumb to the temptation to use them as proxies. Okay. Again, any line that is dense for you, that is too much for you, the language is heavy, leave it. Okay, proxy मतलब substitute, leave it. But anywhere यहाँ पे जो contradictory हो रहा है उस पे focus कर ले. So appreciate Salin's effort. If we want to conjure or think about new possibilities, we need to learn about actually inhabitable worlds. मतलब this basically talks about new possibilities, new options, new choices in people's lives, and he says we should appreciate Salin's efforts. So overall, it is an appreciation of the essay. There is just one criticism, okay? And इस passage का basic सा point है कि अब हम लोग काफी materialistic हो चुके हैं. पहले इतने नहीं थे, and their lives are other choices, other values. Yeah, okay. Let's come to the questions. We can infer that Salin's main goal.
We can infer the Salin's main goal in writing his essay. Highlight the fact we started off fairly.
In writing his essay was to write
fairly contained egalitarian people be progressively degenerated into materialism. अच्छा, मेन गोल क्या था? इसका मेन
highlights the fact that while we started off as a fairly contended egalitarian equality people, we have progressively degenerated into materialism. Yeah. Put forth to view that despite egalitarian origins, economic progress brings greater inequalities and social hierarchy. Now, social hierarchies के बारे में passage में कुछ mention नहीं है. Okay, hierarchy मतलब जैसे caste system, class system, social hierarchy. The passage does not go into that area. So we can eliminate answer option B. Hold a mirror to an acquisitive मतलब greedy, acquire करना, लेना, materialistic society. Examples of other communities, maybe the Harda and others, that have successfully chosen to be non-materialistic. Counter Galbraith's pessimistic view. Now, the main purpose of Salin is not to counter Galbraith's pessimist views. No. In fact, Salin ने पहले ही ऐसे लिख दिया था. Okay, so Salin didn't want to go against Galbraith. उन दोनों के बीच में कोई competition है, उसको pessimistic no. So 4 and 2 are out. Okay. So now you have to judge whether it is 1 or whether it is 3. Okay. So highlights the fact that while we started off as a fairly contended egalitarian people, now if you look at this, we, who are we? We could be present society also. The author does not call them as we, right? The author calls them as foragers. The author calls them as hunter-gatherers. The author calls them as by other names. He does not look at we like today's society. Okay. Fairly contended egalitarian people, we have progressively degenerated into materialism. Hold a mirror to an acquisitive, मतलब यहाँ पे दिया है कि इसको दो societies को कॉन्ट्रास्ट करना है, एक एक्विजिटिव या मटेरियलिस्टिक सोसाइटी को दिखाना है कि आप कैसे नॉन मटेरियलिस्टिक हो सकते हो. So guys, answer option is C. It is not we started off. Okay, he's not looking. We can be like the current society or we as people. He's not talking about that. He basically talks about different societies of the past and of the present, and to show that how, like today, like societies are materialistic while earlier they were not. So answer is C. Okay. Acha, okay. Next, so Sukoon, because of Teachers' Day, there's a function or a celebration at our head office, which is in Noida. तो उसके लिए I think Ashish sir and Sulana sir may be traveling. I'm not, so I will still be here and you will still be watching me from here. Okay, this is a P by Q Arpit, CAT 2023 slot 1. So yes guys, the answer option is C. Okay. The author mentions Tanzania's Hadza community to illustrate. Okay, what did he want to show? Societies make real choices. Okay, then societies make real choices. The foraging. Community's lifestyle derived not from ignorance but from their own choice. Okay, real choice, correct. That was the main argument. Two vastly different ways of living and working, nothing about choices. Pre-agrarian society, emergence of advanced. It was not about agriculture. Okay. Hunter-gatherer community, subsistence level techniques. नहीं, उनका technique क्या था? Agricultural practices क्या थे? So no. The answer option over here is 1. Okay. Clear guys? Did all of you understand this? Okay, CAT का center. Actually, I haven't decided Sukoon if I'm going to give it this year or not. So I will let you know. Okay. Right, come on. Let's go to the next one. Third one. The author of the passage criticizes Salin's essay. So criticism, एक ही criticism है. ठीक है? Criticism कहाँ mention था? Last paragraph में mention था that it looks into these issues of violence, racism, colonialism, dispossession very, acknowledges it. He does not really thematize it. मतलब उनको एकदम ऊपर से deal करता है. In depth में नहीं deal करता है. So which option gives you that? The answer option is actually D. It gives cursory random treatment to racism and colonialism of societies. कोई cursory treatment देता है. He does not look at these points in deep.
Foragers versus ancient foraging communities.
This was the only option which talks about the racism, colonialism and dispossession. बाकी options उसको mention ही नहीं करते. So answer option will be 4, and that was the only criticism. When he says it's not all aspects have aged well, एक criticism उन्होंने point out किया है. The author of the passage mentions Galbraith's affluent society too. ये क्यों mention किया है? Okay है, रोहित कहाँ? अच्छा, guys, we thought the session is at 5:30. That was only for yesterday. Our regular session stays at 5. I'm so sorry. I should have put it on the group earlier. Okay. Now, guys, Sahalin or Galbraith both have the same views. Okay. यहाँ पे अगर आप देखोगे, titles nod मतलब हाँ, हामी. So they don't have a contradictory view. They have the same view. So it's not like one is criticizing the other. Okay. So So अगर हम देखेंगे Galbraith's cynical views on Stalin. Galbraith's theories refute or weaken Stalin's theory? No. It's basically how their views have complemented each other or they have supported each other. Okay, and if you look at it, guys, it's not about pacifist. Pacifist यहाँ पे wrong है, and plus this is not the reason why Galbraith has been mentioned. Okay, pacifist is more like peace loving. So that too, it's more like materialistic and non-materialistic. I wouldn't use the word pacifist. अब शुरू से शुरू कीजिए. Okay. नहीं guys, 5 PM ही रहेगा. कभी ऑफ डे कभी कुछ इशू हो गया तो मैं थोड़ा सा लेट अगर आपको इन्फॉर्म कर देती हूँ, वरना 5 PM को ही होगा. Okay. So guys, the answer option over here is again D. Okay. चलिए आप लोग सब आए हो तो उस खुशी में एक क्वेश्चन जो हमारा पेंडिंग था बीए का वो करके ये सेशन को एंड करेंगे. चलिए गाइस, आई होप वो आरसी क्लियर हो गया है. कम ऑन एवरीवन, क्वेश्चन ऑन योर स्क्रीन्स. चलिए.
The essence of the passage है. ठीक है. The weight of society's expectations is hardly a new phenomenon, and but it has become particularly draining over recent decades. Perhaps because expectations themselves are so multifarious and contradictory. The perfectionism of the 1920s was rooted in the norms of mass culture and captured in famous advertising image idea with American family that now seems self appearance. It's reduced confidence for men, diminished consciousness of for women. गाइस सेशन को लाइक करो. इसका आंसर क्या हो सकता है? दो लॉन्ग मशीन को कैसे कोई बात ही नहीं है इसमें. तो पहला तो आउट हो गया. फ्लक्स के बारे में क्या है डिफाइन, इसके थोड़ा सा इसके साथ मिलेगा तो मीडिया. मीडिया मीडिया मीडिया. फोर्थ.
Come on. आज 5:30 दिखा रहा था. अरे ओके, आई विल चेक. शायद वो थोड़ा सा इशू हो गया. अच्छा ओके. ठीक है, वो शायद कोई इशू हो गया होगा. आई एम रियली सॉरी गाइस, बट अनलेस एंड अंटिल आई टेल यू सेशन 5 PM को ही होगा. अगर कभी चेंज हुआ तो मैं इन्फॉर्म करूंगी ग्रुप पे. ओके, आई एम रियली सॉरी फॉर दैट. चलिए, क्वेश्चन ऑन योर स्क्रीन. कम ऑन. Come on, guys. everyone. One, everyone. आज आई एम वेरी हैप्पी गाइस, फटाफट मतलब सब आंसर एकदम करेक्ट दे रहे हो आप. Okay, the weight of society's expectations is hardly a new phenomenon, but it has become particularly draining over recent decades. Perhaps because expectations themselves are so multifarious and contradictory. Now we all know society and its expectations. एक आरसी कराया. आपके ना आने की खुशी में एक आरसी कराया था. The perfectionism of the 1950s was rooted in the norms of mass culture and captured in famous advertising images of the ideal white American family that now seem self-satire. मतलब ऐसे लगता है कि it was like a satire, मतलब खुद ही खुद का मजाक उड़ा रहे. In that area, perfectionism meant seamlessly conforming to values, behavior and appearance. मतलब आपको strictly follow करना पड़ता है. Chiseled confidence for men, demure and very shy graciousness for women. The perfectionist was under pressure to look like everyone else. Perfectionists of today feel an obligation to stand out through their idiosyncratic or unique style and wit if they are to gain a foothold. तो उस टाइम conformism था, इस टाइम अलग से था. Okay. अच्छा, okay. Done, sorry. I will take. Hi, Mudi. Everyone's come today at मेरे को बहुत बुरा लग रहा है. 5
आइडियाज की
PM
तो
शुरू
बात
हो
ही
गया
नहीं
था
की.
session. Sorry guys. हाँ, done, sorry. I will take up full place as well. आप चाहो तो आज आप सेशन में आओगे ना सौरभ? Okay, you would be there in today's session. सौरभ जो Concord या Achieve IM का है, if you're there, I will take it up today itself because today is an RC class. I will try to integrate those essays in today's class. Okay. Though long-standing, the pressure to appear perfect and thereby attract attention has evolved from time. पहले conformism था, अब आपको stand out करना है या non-conformist बनना है. Okay? यहाँ पे tension, conflict ये सब नहीं है. Okay? Consciousness of people go to any lengths to achieve it. Alien idea. Okay? Some people do their best to adhere, but this does not tell कि अभी कैसे change हो गया है. Okay, so that's why guys the answer option is A. Correct. Okay. Right, done. Yes, I will take it up today. Then. Okay. Chaliye. Okay guys. Done everyone. So we'll stop here.